Welcome to Hot Takes Unless You Agree. We got week 5 now.
We just passed week 5, yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to do a recap. Well, it's episode 5, but we're going to do a recap. We're going to dive into the Thursday night football matchup that's happening tonight. Giants-Eagles.
In MetLife.
In MetLife, which is, I'm honestly looking at it now, thinking Saquon coming off an injury, playing in MetLife. It's kind of scary because they're betting that he's going to be 100%.
Yeah,
playing in like the most deadly play. He got hurt there, didn't he? Yeah, he had a season-ending injury there already.
Yeah, the Kobe Dean, Eagles linebacker. I forget what knee injury he had, but it's going to be his first week back. Everything I saw on Twitter is like, what a better week to test your injured, recovering knee on MetLife turf.
Yep. That is Malik Neighbors.
And Joe Alt a couple weeks ago got taken out.
So just like, part of me thinks, okay, so there's been a lot of injuries this season with a lot of players. Significant injuries. A lot of it goes from like hamstrings to like ACL tears, Achilles tears, which wasn't aware of that happening that often until Rodgers, because that was like what happened.
It's just the ghost step that you do. Like you take a quick step back and you put so much stress on your ankle.
Which a lot of it is, in my opinion, is the training staff. I don't know what they're doing for a lot of these teams because it's got to be like partially like load. I don't know anything about it, but like I'm assuming it's probably like load management, like proper stretching, getting your body used to it. These guys are in the weight room squatting 500 pounds. It's like, but they don't stretch. Maybe they stretch, but just not enough.
And then you have like the most injured team, the San Francisco 49ers, but somehow McCaffrey with Achilles tendonitis is fine. It's another weird thing.
But that's his investment in his own health.
Going to Germany to get those stem cells.
Yeah, which
pays off. Hey, if it works, it works.
But the thing is, like this year, it's just so many guys. I mean, Malik Neighbors. I mean, he's like what, 24 years old already.
Second year.
Yeah, he's already. He's got essentially a non-contact, just jumped and done. You know, like what's going on with the training staff? Are they letting these guys? And it's a lot of stars getting hurt too. So are they just letting these guys just do whatever they want in training?
It wasn't even like just. I think it was ACL. What is it? Not the cartilage. What is the cartilage called? Meniscus.
Yeah.
Towards meniscus too.
Really?
And
then he went to the NBA.
He has turf toe. He had turf toe already, and then he has his torn labrum, I think.
So I don't know how much of it is like is the turf, because the impact obviously it's different. But like, you're a professional organization, and then you're also a professional player.
The NFL has done studies, and they say there's no difference.
Yeah.
Like in terms of injury risk in turf and grass, but
I wonder if they're testing how often do the Giants or like MetLife in general, like how often do they swap out the turf? I've played on some bad turf, some like worn down public park turf versus like a brand new like nice like field where the turf actually is. It feels like padding versus like you're running on just rubber cement.
Yeah.
It's like the grass is so worn out. I don't know what's going on with that, but
we'll get into it a little bit later. Talk about the game tonight. But we do have a week to recap. It was a pretty good week of games. Some horrible games, some craziest games you've ever seen. Starting with the Rams 49ers, that's probably not the craziest game this week, but definitely top 3. Coming into the week, it was Ricky Pearsall down, Juwan Jennings down, Kittle's been out, and then Brock Purdy surprised and active because he re-aggravated his turf toe playing against the Jaguars the previous week. So I think the whole consensus was everyone just thought the Rams were going to blow them out. Rams were, playing well at full strength, but it was a dogfight. I guess that's how most divisional games are these days. Just like everyone gets fired up. 49ers won in overtime. Tonjes had a TD. First touchdown. I think I said on the last podcast that would be my only bet for the week because the pod came out a little bit later. But it did hit for me. I hit a touchdown jackpot on FanDuel, so him getting first touchdown won me the bet, and I got like 60 bonus credits.
That's nice.
$60 bonus credits.
I was hyped for you when I watched it. I'm like, oh no way. That's the one guy whose name I like that you mentioned.
So it's funny. Me and Jacob went to Ailes for this little bit, started the game, and we were walking back to our cars, and Jacob's phone was like going off. He's like, "No way, because he did it too. That's pretty cool. We'll talk about what I flipped that $60 in a little bit. But yeah, do you feel like Mac Jones is threatening Purdy at all for that lead?
It's a good question. So I actually have a genuine thought on this. So Mac Jones, if you think about it, he's the backup quarterback. He came in to be the number 2. Who does the number 2 practice with? The number 2s of the offense. Guess who played the number 2s of the offense? There is going to be some chemistry there, you know. You got Kendrick Bourne, dude.
And he and Kendrick Bourne played together on the Patriots.
Yeah. So there's like it's one of those situations. I don't think he's coming for the job. I think he also stated that he was like, I'm a backup. Maybe just being humble is going to be an interesting situation, but I don't think it's a big one. They did it. It's just the chemistry of the players that are on the field, and it makes sense. So if you're always practicing with the same guys, you've played with the same guys, you're gonna be pretty efficient, and you're gonna be pretty successful with them. Not to take away from the fact that he makes some great plays, great passes. He's a good player.
Yeah,
he's not a bad player. I just don't think Purdy's gonna be, unless Purdy comes back and then gets hurt again, where it's a durability problem, maybe, but I don't see enough just yet.
Yeah.
Because it does make sense. As soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, it's Bourne, who is not even good.
Like 100-some yards, 9 catches.
Popped off. Yeah, so I don't see Purdy losing his job or anything like that. I see if anything a good future for Mac Jones.
Yeah. I was saying he could be like the new Chase Daniels, like infinite backup, but gets paid like millions of dollars to just be a backup for his career.
But you never know. He could be like this Sam Darnold, Baker situation.
People are saying
in the right situation. I see, honestly, like he would make sense on the Eagles for me if Jalen Hurts doesn't perform, kind of situation where it's a great team that you could come into. I don't know. If I mean that's like a crazy out there take, but that is one of those situations. Like if he just goes, he's cheap too.
Yeah, well, he's a 2-year deal, so he signed this offseason. Yeah, I saw a lot of people making some crazy takes, like he could be the new Tom Brady, like take over for an injured quarterback, or there's another one of those in history. I can't remember.
Wasn't it the graphic that Jimmy Garoppolo had better stats than Mac Jones
and Brady?
Yeah. So let's not go.
Shanahan is just a really good coach and play caller. And Mac Jones, he threw up on the field. His knee fell apart as well. He's limping on the sideline. It's just overall gutsy performance. I don't think you can take away anything from that game in terms of the Rams. I just think it was just divisional matchup. These guys, they know each other pretty well. McVay and Shanahan, they've both been the coaches for almost a decade now. Mm-hmm. But I love to see overtime, Gabe. Some high performances.
Fun fact: I had a parlay that had 5 legs. The last leg that didn't hit in regular time was Christian McCaffrey, 6.5 catches. They went to overtime. He got 2. On the first drive, I was going crazy. I didn't even win any crazy money, like $5 for 55. But if I had a disposable income, I could have bought a house with that. Putting $1,000 on it or something, but. That's a down. I could buy a car.
The goal.
But yeah.
Kind of moving on. There's another morning game, London game, Vikings Browns. Dylan Gabriel's first career start, kind of a surprise. And then they ended up trading Joe Flacco to the Bengals. I think it was yesterday, the day before.
Yeah.
I think Gabriel, he had his rookie moments, but overall I think it was a solid effort. They ended up losing, though, to the Vikings. Jordan Addison had the game-winning touchdown with 20 seconds left.
First game back.
He was his second game, but he was benched in the first quarter. Surprisingly, no one knew. Wasn't picked up by the media. So if you started him in fantasy, you were kind of sweating by halftime because he really didn't do much. But I think he missed a team meeting or was just out in London goofing off. But he redeemed himself. So it was good to see that. I think Vikings are going into their bye weeks, so they're probably hoping that JJ gets healthy because Wentz, although they won, he's just not doing it for me. He just doesn't look good.
He's the most painful quarterback to watch. Every single time I would I did see some of that game actually, but
If you, it's just like sack.
Yeah, I have Brown's knee. Yeah, he kept taking sacks.
Every time he gets up, also it's just like you could tell it's taking a toll on him. So I don't. He's not. They gotta figure. Should have got Flacco at least.
Yeah, that was another one that people always say Jameis should go before whoever gets injured.
Yeah, what's good
I
with
think
that?
that's true.
Why is Jameis just not
I
playing?
think he's considered the backup now because Russ. I think they're trying to trade Russ.
But why hasn't why haven't these teams just reached out?
Yeah, Jameis, although he throws picks, I was always a fan. I know that the year he had like 20 picks, 20 touchdowns, people
It was 30 for 30.
Oh,
30 for 30, but 5,000 passing yards.
Yeah,
it was like 49.
When you throw that much, you're gonna throw a lot of picks anyway.
he's the only quarterback
But he threw 30
ever
touchdowns.
to go 30 for 30, which is crazy. But that like,
That's just like.
and he
baller.
still played the whole season.
Yeah.
They didn't even like I don't think they benched him. I'm taking him
He's
out
just a
of it.
flamethrower.
Yeah.
And then he had LASIK. He played a little bit better after LASIK, but so yeah, I don't know. Someone get Winston. We need him on the TV. And his
Yeah, I
post
think
game conferences are so fucking hilarious. His pregame shit is hilarious. To eat the W.
It's gonna be really funny if the Browns trade for Jameis and then just refuse to play Shador.
Yeah, because he's the only QBs they have are the two rookies, and then
Yeah.
they have Zappy on the practice squad, which like Zappy's
The Patriots were
basically a rookie. So let's see. I feel like if one more QB goes down, then they got it. Like, I don't know. Jameis, bring back Jameis.
No, we need that.
Two undefeated teams this week lost. The only two. No more undefeated teams. First one was the Broncos versus the Eagles in Philly. I had a 6-leg parlay that included the Broncos winning. It went 4 for 4 through the 1 o'clock games. Had a really good cash out, and I ended with the Seahawks winning and the Chargers winning, but they didn't win it, unfortunately. So I don't know. There's always eyes on the Broncos winning this game. They had a rocky start, but they've been playing better of late. Kind of the offense is clicking a little bit better, as we saw. Sutton is kind of emerging as the number one. He had a slow start. But the Broncos defense, I think I don't know if the episode came out or not, but we did a little awards pick'em preseason, and Nick Bonita was he's my defensive player of the year, kind of like dark horse, but he leads league in sacks with 7 sacks.
Really?
Yeah, I have a ticket for him too.
It's
So
a deep pull. It's gonna be crazy. Did you make that bet?
yeah.
What
It's-
was it like?
Oh, it's right now. It was I think put 10 on. It was like 10 for 70 or something. Or I guess 80, including the 10 I get back. So hopefully he keeps rolling. I have a different parlay. But that was straight bet, and then I have another one with Aiden Hutchinson. So hopefully one of those two guys win it.
No.
Do you think that we should be worried at all about the Eagles, or was this like, no one goes undefeated, so you can't really worry about it?
No one goes undefeated and be like as sloppy as they are. I think there's a lot of inconsistencies. To go undefeated, like realistically, the run like the Lions make, like that's a team I could watch and be like, okay, they could potentially, if they just catch their stride, literally week 1, which they didn't this year, but like they look very, very good. You can just see the efficiency. The running game is diverse. You got 2 running backs balling out. You got all-pro tight end Sam Laporta, and then Amon-Ra outside. Just literally for him, it looks effortless. You need something like that. You don't need you can't be a team where your best players are bitching and complaining about like their targets, and then you look back at the tape, they get targeted, but half the throws are uncatchable.
Yeah.
Some of the throws, the routes aren't run properly. Like there's miscommunication. They're messy. I think there's room to get exposed. Like tonight, there's room that if the Giants play perfectly,
They got a good D line.
they shouldn't. Looking at it, they shouldn't beat the Eagles because of like what we think of the Eagles. But if you look at how messy they are, and just the fact that if they get pressed, I think it's gonna be like a shit show.
Yeah, to me it kind of seems like, because last year the Eagles Saquon 2K rushing yards, he had like almost 100 yards every game, and then they won the Super Bowl. A long season like that, Super Bowl season, takes toll on your body. So to me, it kind of seemed like the Eagles, their kind of plan was like, hey, We made the Super Bowl running the ball. Although in the Super Bowl we passed a lot to win the game. But these regular season games, we're just gonna kind of lay it back. We know we're good enough to win games, so we're just gonna run the ball.
That's really all they are. They're good enough to win games, but it's not like good. It's good enough.
But yeah, good teams can beat you in like multiple ways.
Yeah.
And like last year, AJ Brown was a good fantasy guy. This year, putrid. I think this week's gonna be the week where we're starting to see the Eagles' offense go back to normal instead of like forcing the run so heavy. Because Hurts, although he's not like the best quarterback or maybe not even top 5, he can throw. He has good deep balls. AJ Brown, he was happy there for a long time. Smith too. It is funny though, after winning a Super Bowl, being pissed, even though you were undefeated at the time, when AJ Brown was like talking shit and stuff. But that's like what you kind of want your wide receiver. You want your wide receiver to be kind of psychopathic.
There's a line though. There's a line between like competitive and like just bitching. You can lock in. Like just I think
you can do it behind closed doors.
Yeah, you can address it, get extra reps with Jalen Hurts, and it's like, okay, well, I don't know, maybe the play call. There's probably a reason why your number one guy is not getting the targets that he wants, and probably from a coaching perspective, I'm assuming they're probably not going to him for a reason. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not.
He's getting older. We'll see.
Yeah.
I think tonight, if they lose tonight,
he had great catches. He had great catches throughout the game, but like, dude, I don't think he had crazy separation. Like, they're just turning him into like a tight end at this point, where he's just bodying everybody and like catching it.
I was gonna say, just kind of moving on to the next game on the docket. Texans blow out the Ravens. Ravens, albeit without Lamar Jackson, without kind of most of their secondary pieces. It was funny, I think everybody scored a touchdown for the Texans except Woody Marks, which was like the fantasy pickup, start him if you got him. Ravens 1-4. If you told that to me coming into the year, I would have called you psycho, or would have asked you like, who got hurt? They don't think at this point that Lamar is going to play this weekend again with this hamstring. Last I saw, he didn't practice yesterday. I don't think the practice reports have come out at the recording of this podcast for today.
I don't think he's playing.
Are you officially burying the Ravens, putting them in the graveyard, done, dead deal for the season?
I think, so with the Ravens, in my opinion, it's a combination of two things. I think the team is just not, the offense isn't good enough, the defense is missing pieces. Also, I think they figured out Lamar, he's getting sacked, he's getting
tackled. He lost his step a little bit.
Yeah, so and I was wondering if that was just like the defense, their offensive line is so bad that he's getting pressured so much where he can't get time and then have to roll out, maybe make a play.
It looks
he does look a little bit slow though.
Yeah, he's always getting usually he would step through those ankle tackles, and now he's getting wrapped up.
The footwork.
I don't know if that had to do with the hamstring he was dealing with.
Maybe he was babying it, and maybe he was just not trying to, full speed.
Ravens, he just has under 30.
Yeah, so
Ravens sold Defe, what's his name? Something like that. They sold their defensive end to the Chargers, funny enough, brother trade, Harbaugh to Harbaugh. Wonder if that's a little bit of collusion. I want to get the name right. Oh, Defe Owa. Trade him to the Chargers. Their best defensive end, but you can never have enough defensive end in this league. He was drafted a couple years ago, I think 2001. I guess not a couple, but just surprising to see them already being sellers from what we thought would be number one overall seed in the AFC. Obviously, you hope Lamar gets back healthy and not taking any unnecessary risk with his health. But yeah, it's just hard to see them. Steelers, they've only had one loss too.
Yeah.
And the Ravens have one win, so that's a lot of ground to make up.
I think the Steelers won. Did they beat the Jets? No, the Jets. Yeah,
Steelers beat the Jets week 1. The Steelers lost to the It was a bad team. No. They got destroyed by the Seahawks. It's because Caleb Johnson had that kickoff that they let the Seahawks recover for a free touchdown. So it looks like unanimous Ravens. Good luck next year. There's always next year though.
Derrick Henry.
Yeah, he's getting older. You can't
I don't understand why they. So like, I think he only gets like 10, 15 carries a game. Because like, once they start.
It's all like game scripts. You're down 44-10. You can't really run the ball.
But even to start out, well, I guess he did start out with like 4 carries for 2 yards or something. But just keep pounding, dude. Just keep pounding at that line. It's, I don't know. I feel like every time they see any kind of like pushback from the defense, they forget that they have a 6'3", 255-pound running back who will punish any guy on that D line.
No one can tackle him one-on-one.
How do you get rid of pressure on the quarterback and make the defensive tackle and tackle essentially themselves?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
He's still fast.
Yeah, he looks fine.
But without Lamar, it's kind of that's what helped him out a lot. Is just without Lamar. And without him,
You gotta worry about 2 guys instead of 1.
Kind of just puts all the focus on Henry because they know.
But in Tennessee, he was.
Well, he wasn't even a starter right away.
Like, I mean, I feel like it's.
But they had AJ Brown too, so something to worry about.
Yeah.
I kind of alluded to this earlier with my $60 free play bet: the Panthers and Dolphins. Last week I said there's no way the Dolphins are losing. Take out a loan, put it on the Dolphins. I hope you didn't, and I hope you don't sue me for bad advice.
Yeah.
Panthers beat the Dolphins at home.
Undefeated at home.
Yeah, 2-0. Dolphins up 17-0 in the first half, early second quarter. Waller was running crazy. He was going awesome for me for my fantasy team. And then second half, they only scored 1 more time, I think. Waller didn't get a single catch. The Panthers had the crazy comeback. Dolphins are done too. I'm surprised they didn't fire McDaniel this week. I know they lost Tyreek, but it's kind of unexcusable to lose to the Panthers, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, the Panthers still have the pieces to like every week I rank this.
Bryce Young's not it.
In my opinion, so yeah, he went better. So the game script for them, the play calling.
It was just to me it was just Rico Dowdle. That dude, the back.
Oh yeah, 206 rushing yards. I'm
nuts.
surprised it's not a record for the Panthers. I don't know what's up with that. Who's ever had more?
Jay Stewart, D'Angelo Williams.
Christian McCaffrey, maybe.
Yeah, I forgot about that guy.
I didn't think about it, but like there's no way Jonathan Stewart has the juice to run for the entire game.
Yeah, they split him up pretty much.
But I think it was Panthers. Maybe Canales saw it. Maybe it was like this is the week that we put together a good game plan. Also, the Dolphins are not.
Their defense sucks.
Yeah. So.
But still, the Panthers didn't 17-0. It's not like
that Jimmy. Like, think about this. Like, it to me, puts into perspective of the game. It's like Jimmy won. I think it was like a 15-yard like flag route or whatever it's called. Great throw, great catch. Like, just kind of that. He's just a random guy making a good play, just enough to get the sticks moving.
Yeah.
Kind of the same thing with Rico Dowdle, random guy. I mean, obviously, like, he's not a random guy, but like, he showed up. Everybody kind of showed up. Bryce didn't look terrible.
Yeah, he didn't look terrible.
But that's play calling and also a bad defense you're facing. So I don't know how much you can do without like talent on the other side of the ball.
From this point on, I'd probably avoid Panthers games, maybe avoid Dolphins games.
For sure, Dolphins games, you just never know.
Yeah, because they have, the play caller at one point, McDaniels, he was good, but they're kind of losing their pieces too, is probably brain damaged heavily.
Mm-hmm.
And then Panthers, yeah, maybe if it's a home game, put the house on the Panthers at this point, because they play crazy at home.
No.
It is a good stadium, but being in the city, working that day, it was like all Dolphins fans in the stadium. So it's kind of surprising. It was almost like a home game for the Dolphins.
I mean, a little sidebar though. Honestly, Panthers games. Would you ever go to a Panthers game? Like,
maybe the playoffs.
Do you know how much tickets are? So, like, nosebleeds, obviously. Football,
impossible. There's no point in going for nosebleeds.
The Panthers stadium is huge, so
Yeah.
when you go up the nosebleeds, it feels like you're climbing a mountain.
If you don't have 20/20 or like better vision, you're not gonna be able to see the numbers. I think Cam Newton was the last player that you could probably identify in the field with nosebleed tickets, just how huge he was. Dude, it's like lower level 250 minimum. They suck. So like prices don't even
Fluctuate
move at all.
Yeah.
Tepper just keeps them at
It
that.
just depends on who's coming into town. Like this week, Cowboys coming to town, so those prices are going to be insane.
I looked before the season though, so like the reason I bring this up is I looked before the season because my girlfriend Aaliyah wants to, like, she wants to go to a Panthers game. She's never been. We want to go, dude. If we go, like it's me, her, and then like our families, it's like minimum $1,000 you're gonna spend. If you want to be able to even see the game, you're better off watching it on TV. The Panthers Stadium is just so big. Looked up the Packers-Panthers matchup in Lambeau in November. Same prices, but it's the Packers in Lambeau. What are we talking? What are we doing here?
Yeah, NFL is just like such a good, like, not necessarily good product, but it's like the only thing like it, so they can kind of charge whatever.
Yeah, but it's just not fair. It's like, why am I gonna? I'm gonna go to a historic, essentially NFL historic site.
Yeah.
See a really good team. They're probably gonna win. It's the same price as watching the Panthers probably get blown out.
Yeah.
Make it make sense.
Tepper, hit our line. We need to talk about something. Moving on to probably what the game of the week was. Buccaneers, Seahawks. I think last week on the pod I as well told you to take the under because these are kind of two scrappy teams. I think they almost doubled the over-under. It was 35-38. Instant banger, back and forth, touchdown. I think Barner had 2 touchdowns at tight end. Horton had 1 as well. Sterling Shepard scored for the Buccaneers. Rashad White. It was funny. I was talking to one of my coworkers. He needed 1 more Baker touchdown. And I needed Godwin for our separate parlays to hit, and it was kind of the Bucs' second to last drive. And then I saw on my phone Sterling Shepard. I was what? I was pissed. I was like, why couldn't it have been Godwin? But yeah, it seems like every Buccaneers game is the same. It's just close ass game, whether it's high scoring or not. And then Baker just finds a way. I think late Garner threw a pick, which kind of set up the game-winning field goal for McLaughlin on the Bucs. It's a game you hate to lose but love to win.
I'm just gonna double check this over. You can keep going.
It'd be crazy if it wasn't recording.
Yeah, it is. I forgot to put it on D&D, so like.
Oh, okay.
If you get a phone call, that's it. But everybody knows we're kind of doing this.
Like I said, it's hard to say. Like, you hate to lose those, love to win, but you scored 35. You can't be mad if you're a Seahawks fan or a Seahawks coach. Like, I guess you can be mad at the defense for giving up 38.
It's kind of like the Packers Cowboys thing. It's like I was kind of. It's frustrating not to win, but you're also capable of putting up 40 points.
The Seahawks coach, was a defensive coordinator for the Ravens, so it's kind of interesting to see like that, like how it doesn't really matter. It's all just offense rules, kind of the NFL at this point. Do you have any huge takeaways from that game, or is it just kind of like the Bucs are for real? Like they might be Super Bowl contender this year.
Yeah, the Bucs are legit. I mean, Baker's a dog, just a dog. Man.
Always finds a way.
That's what you need. If the other team's gonna score 38 or 35, whatever points, you gotta have a guy that's gonna lead the ship, and then you're gonna keep going. You're not gonna get sad because you're losing and be like, oh no.
He just always
gotta
does
have the
what you
perfect play
need
calling.
to.
He's just like, I feel like he's one of those guys. Like he gets the play call and he knows it well enough, but he's also he's gonna put his head down. If he needs to run and get lit up by a linebacker,
he's gonna run, talk shit after he gets tackled. Like,
yeah.
Like what was that?
Get the team going. Like that's how you get a team behind you. That's
Josh Allen is similar, although not as fiery as Baker. It's just like they know that they're the leader, they're the guy, and they're gonna fucking.
They set an example. So like,
if they need 400 yards, they're gonna. If they only need to throw 100 yards, 1 touchdown, that's all you need. They're running the ball good. It's all like because I feel like on the same vein as like the AJ Brown stuff, some QBs are like that where they want their stats, they want to throw the ball, kind of like Rodgers. Even though he's a great quarterback, he's a guy. He wants the touchdowns. He wants not to throw picks.
Yeah, I kind of agree, but
Not like to say that it's a negative trait, but some guys, they're totally content with just running the ball every play. It's working. But yeah, I would say the Bucks moved up into that kind of upper echelon of teams this year, because hasn't been really a team that you could say like this is the best team in the NFL right now.
yeah.
It's all been like kind of because like the Eagles were undefeated, even though they obviously had their flaws. The Bills as well were undefeated, but you could tell like they were kind of in a close game with the Saints, and the Saints were horrible. So it's like the Lions could have been the best team, but they got shot on week 1.
Mm-hmm.
They've kind of turned it up as late. I think they might be, but
just like what I was saying, just how everything just looks consistent. Like it doesn't seem like there's any
because they lost.
There's no miscommunications. There's nothing.
They lost both coordinators. The Lions, and they still like their offense.
Player discipline. I think
still looks good.
It's player discipline. It's like if the Patriots actually spent money. Where it's like everything, they're consistent. They don't miss plays. There's no miss routes. They have but they actually have weapons. They have good guys instead of just like cashiers.
Right. The second game of the week, for the wrong reason. I told you there's some crazy ass games this week. Titans and Cardinals. If you're a Cardinals fan, man, or a Cardinals better, salute out to you. You have lived a tough life. Because I think Cardinals were up kind of similar to the Panthers. They were up 2 touchdowns, or to the Dolphins. They're up 2 touchdowns, or 2 or 3 possessions. Just the fucking wheels fell off.
Yeah. Fell apart. Can't handle the pressure.
Anton texted me while I was going on. He's like, we have to talk about this.
No, it's just, I mean, if anything sums up the entire game, it's the Cam Ward interception.
Well, first it was the run, I think.
What are you talking about?
First it was the 70-yard touchdown run where he...
Yeah. So
I don't know. I thought it was a touchdown live.
I didn't understand. They kept for whatever reason, they kept the guy so there's the guy that came up behind him and was like, it's out. So he knocked it out. And I didn't listen to what the commentary on it, and I keep thinking that had some kind of play in it. I thought it was a touchdown too. It just sucks that if you're like not a random backup, but you're like,
he's kind of random.
You're trying to make your statement.
It's probably the best play of his career.
Yeah, and just burn it. It's done. You can't. You probably won't think about that.
It's like the Adonai Mitchell, the Colts wide receiver from a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you not?
You just get it. Why would you? I get it's cool. I don't.
You can celebrate all you want.
You can just get it in.
You can do as many celebrations as you want these days.
Yeah.
And it's like just, I don't know, man. And then after the fumble, the Cardinals head coach basically punches their running back in the shoulder.
Yeah, you got fined for that, which is
like $100K, which is kind of fat.
Yeah.
But it's like you can't punch your players.
I get it, but I don't know.
It's like, yeah, you can be mad, but you can't be that mad.
It costs
It's
the
like
game.
those are everybody's human on the sideline. But then it was after that the Titans threw a pick. You right?
Titans, Cam Ward threw a pick. The guy catches it. He kind of dove for it, so he stumbles. Nobody touches him, so the ball's live, or he has possession of the ball live. As he lands, I think he landed on his chest and kind of popped up, popped out, and rolled out.
Another Cardinals guy kicks it into the end zone.
Yeah, which you can legally do because there's a change in possession. So it's technically, they explained it. It was because the Cardinals got it, the kick is technically backwards.
Yeah.
Because they're the ones that have technical possession at once the ball's fumbled. So it's as long as it's going backwards for them, and then obviously
Lockett.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're saying if you had Lockett anytime touchdown, you're fucking going crazy.
Yeah, I would have punched holes in the walls.
You would not have scored any way, no way how.
No matter how much money you probably had on that, you probably made a fat amount of money because the odds for Lockett anytime probably went through the roof.
Yeah.
Were through the roof.
And then, just game-winning field goal, right? Yeah, game-winning field goal.
I think so.
Yeah, then it was crazy because the Titans were doing everything in their power to also lose the game. Joey Sly was missing extra points.
Yeah.
It was just like, man. And the Titans hadn't won a game all year. Their coach was probably going to get fired if they lost this game. And now he's just like king on campus. Yeah, Joey. It was a 29-yard game-winning field goal. Joey Sly kind of redemption. Are you selling the Cardinals after this week? Because they were kind of.
Don't even start. Don't buy the Cardinals. What are you talking about?
Well, you could hold.
Yeah, no, don't hold. What are you gonna hold for? Just not to make the playoffs?
They're 2-3. Yeah, they really needed that one. Not much else to say in that regard, but if your dad or your brothers don't watch sports, just to show them the highlights from that game, and I think you guys
they probably still won't understand like football. Like it's just such chaos. Honestly, you're like, what the hell is going on? Why is the guy that's kicking the ball always missing it? Like he made it one time and everybody was really happy.
Yeah. Kind of our not favorite team, but team we have the belief in the most, the Chargers, lost to the Commanders surprisingly. Wasn't even really close.
I'll be honest, I was rooting for Jaden. He had like 0 or 6 yards in the first quarter. I was like, thank God I won that trade. And then
he didn't really do much though. It was all Jakrowski, Merritt, Bill.
You see the post game interview? Yeah, I think he got like player of the game or something, and he was like very like it seemed like made it moment for him because they were like, you balled out. He was like, thank you very much. Like he was like very respectful and like very.
Well, he's had a weird career too. It wasn't always a given that he'd be an NFL player. But yeah, Chargers is like horrible. Commanders defense isn't even that good. They kind of got destroyed by the Falcons in the previous week. So it's very surprising that Chargers couldn't get anything going all day. Are you downgrading the Chargers on your list because of that game?
No. Downgrading maybe Justin Herbert. It's like you lose to the Giants. It's just he's lost. He had the narrative of the week 1 is like, oh, he's a dog.
Yeah.
This guy's like woken up, playing full potential football.
Madison Beer buff.
And then now he just.
He's only bad.
It's got to be play calling, I'm assuming, but like it just doesn't. I don't know. He's lost like the aura, I guess, to me when I watch him. I'm like, could do better. Could not get sacked for 10 yards every time you get pressured. You know.
Yeah, Dak sack, just like taking your team out of field goal range.
Yeah.
If anything, I'm just bumping up the Commanders a little bit on my list. Kind of net neutral on Chargers, kind of a wait and see game, because they're coming off a weird loss to the Giants. Lost Joe Alt, their big, nasty fucking tackle. I think Quinn Johnson kind of banged up coming out of that game too with the hammy.
Ladd scored. Those were projects. That was your sleeper.
Well, he still might play. But yeah, Ladd scored finally.
Yeah, that trade paid off for me finally as well.
So yeah, kind of a wait and see, but a hold overall by the Commanders. Last game on the docket, Chiefs-Jags. I think everyone kind of expected that the Jags would lose, kind of come down to earth after they've had a really good start to the year, beat the 49ers at 3-1. Chiefs kind of on a roll, 2-2, kind of getting back into form. So did you kind of expect that as well, or were you kind of thinking that people were sleeping on the Jags?
I honestly, so my take on the Jags, like they've won games. I think they're a decent team, not a great team. My expectation of them is exactly how they play. If that makes any sense, like I'm not expecting them to get crazy wins, blow teams out. I did not expect them to beat the Chiefs. Just simply, and it wasn't easy either.
So. Yeah, that last play, man. Just hurt my soul watching that last play.
Trevor Lawrence is kind of finding it's the most, like, he's kind of, I don't know, like, he just seems like he cares a lot more than before.
I don't know, he's like the most average NFL quarterback to me.
Yeah.
Like, he's not bad. He's not good. Will he win you a game? Maybe. Does he lose you some games? Yeah.
Both quarterbacks rushing for like 100.
Leading your team in rushing yards.
Yeah, combined like I think it was like 55 and 60, which is like crazy.
Yeah, if you had a parlay like that, Lawrence and Mahomes, you're a genius.
Probably made $1 million. No, but also the thing with Lawrence is like moments like that or like games like that where like he's putting himself out there. Rushing plays as a quarterback speak a lot, say a lot to me.
Yeah. Like even Baker, he's not a running guy, but like he's gonna die for the first down.
Just does it. And Trevor Lawrence last year got obliterated on like a slight scramble in a slot.
Yeah.
So like for him to be putting himself out there, it kind of shows me a little bit. Maybe he sees the vision. Maybe they can. He sees that they can make the playoffs.
They're 4-1.
Yeah.
Kind of staying in pace with the Colts, also 4-1. Did you see Chris Jones on the last play? Did you see that video? The zoom out.
Honestly, I saw the clip. It popped up and it wouldn't load. But I just saw that he just stood there. Like he and then as soon as he fell, he like gave up. He was like, oh, I guess he's down. This yet another rules ban.
Yeah, Chris Jones probably could have made a play on Trevor Lawrence on that
Just pressure
on that touchdown.
Why would you not want to go
twice,
100% if quarterback's on the ground? You don't even have to chase him. Just go through the guy in front of you. At least put some
Do
pressure
something.
on him. Yeah.
One of my coworkers, the
Who's
younger guy, bet 200 straight up on Chiefs money line pregame, and then throughout the game he had a few other parlays. One of them was like a 10-leg, 10 for 350, and then all he needed was Chiefs money line as well. So he was sitting there freaking the fuck out throughout the fourth quarter. It was actually hilarious to watch.
that's pretty.
But I've been there. I know how it feels. It's the worst feeling in the world, especially when it finally loses.
Yeah, and all your parlays are dead because you put Chiefs money line in all your parlays.
You wasted all that time watching.
Like, it's a
hoping.
lock for sure, right? No. Amonra anytime, that's a lock, right? It is every other week. 1 week I put it in my parlay, it doesn't hit.
Yeah.
6 leg.
They wanted Monty to get all the touchdowns for his sister being in attendance.
Gotta go.
Dang, almost record. Maybe ties the record third bathroom break. Oh, 2. Oh yeah, let's check the camera. We'll be right back.
Probably one of the better teams.
Anyway, we're back. Kind of moving on to the look ahead. Week 6. Kind of crazy we're already in week 6. But yeah, talked a little bit about tonight's game, Eagles, Giants. Should be Eagles taking care of business, but because of last game, you can see a little bit of a path to the Giants winning. Giants have just a nasty D-line, Dexter Lawrence, Burns, Abdul Carter.
Yeah, if that pressure, if they shut down the run, I think the Eagles are in trouble. I think it's enough. Jalen's not good enough of a passer. If you watch their games, he has the skill set, but I don't think he has the.
He doesn't have that gene.
Yeah, he's not gonna. If he starts throwing, he's gonna. I honestly bet tonight. Pick. Jalen Hurts pick. That's my hot take.
Yeah, I have a hot take. I read a lot of stats about the game. Giants traditionally this season one of the biggest man coverage teams. Last game was a little bit different, but hot take AJ Brown for a touchdown. If you're feeling a little risky, super spicy, I have another super hot take. Eagles defense anytime touchdown.
I can see that. He runs a lot. He could fumble. Jackson Dart.
Just a rookie QB.
Throw pick 6.
He hasn't had like one of those. Oh, he did actually have one of those rookie moments. Similar to Bryce Young, he tried to do like a dribble move or something and just fumbled the ball. I don't know if you saw that.
No.
Both Bryce Young and Dart did. It looked like they were trying to like sham God and just drop the ball.
Nice.
So I think Eagles D could be spicy. It's plus 650, so pretty decent odds, at least for an anytime. But yeah, it's hard to say that the Giants are going to win this game outright.
Yeah, it's gonna take a lot.
I think I mentioned it earlier before that we started recording. It's gonna be a fun game in my opinion because either way, it's gonna be Eagles either blow them out, so you get to see a bunch of scoring.
7.5 spread.
The Giants have to come in and just keep playing. It's basically all B squad anyway, so like you're gonna see Dart play the entire game most likely. You're just gonna see like everybody's Tracy. Like
He's back this week.
yeah, which is another one where I think what's his name Cam is gonna be.
Gotta move.
I think
He's a beast.
everybody's high on him and think that he's the starter. I don't know.
He's just like the runner and Tracy's the catcher.
Yeah. So I think Tracy's gonna get some better stats than him, in my opinion. But yeah, and either way, it's gonna be a good game because you're gonna see both offenses try. If they don't, which I don't see it being possible, where it's like a 3-3 at halftime type of game. I don't see that happening. Teams are not like one's either gonna score a lot or the other one scores a lot.
Eagles have enough firepower.
Yeah, there's no.
So we'll see. It'll be a fun game.
We have another early morning game this week. London again. Broncos Jets. I know you had some takes about Fields you wanted to get off your chest this week after
Dog shit.
the Cowboys.
Let's stop pretending he's good. He wasn't good on the Bears. He was not good on the Bears.
Played for the Steelers last year a little bit. Had a cup of coffee there.
It's just like, there was, after that week 1 performance, everyone's like, oh my god, we see his potential. I'm like, no, he's sucked since then. Sure, he's
got
not
a concussion.
What?
He got a concussion as well.
Look at that. It probably doesn't help. But
yeah,
it's just like, they figured him out. He's not Cam Newton. He plays like Cam. It's like, but dude,
he's fast.
Yeah, but he figured that out.
Should piss me off because the Jets were losing like 30-7, and I was playing against Fields. He had like 7 points to going into the fourth quarter, and then he finished with like 28 because garbage time, rushing yards, passing touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you just calling, I think I'm similar to Broncos demolition in London of the Jets.
Yeah. Well, see, my problem with the Broncos is they haven't had.
Just beat the Eagles.
Yeah, but they don't do it in.
They don't really blow out.
Yeah,
they're
tough.
They beat the Eagles like 21-17.
I've said it before. Jets are just a dysfunctional team with talent, which doesn't make any sense to me because there's so many good pieces.
Garrett Wilson alone, that guy should win you a couple games. He's pretty good. Pretty good guy.
Brees is playing decent.
Yeah, he was scary. It looked like he tore something, but he just got up and came back.
They might be able to compete. This could be the game they put it together.
They're 0-5. They got to win eventually.
Fast.
That would be crazy if their first win was the Broncos.
But it's just such a net nothing win at that point, you know.
Yeah, it's just like, coach, like, yeah, I got my first career win.
Did a guns.
So I also have a good matchup between two underrated teams. Kind of talked about the Jags already versus Seahawks. Don't really know who to pick in that game, to be honest with you. Both teams are kind of weird. They don't really have on paper like great teams, but they play well together. I think we say that often about the Seahawks. Jags, I think their team's a little better than people think.
Just Brian Thomas needs to wake up. Just play.
Well, he has that.
Actually played like better this week, but he needs a little bit.
Yeah, so I read about what they're doing with him because his whole deal was he's scared about getting hit, right? And so where do you get hit? Over the middle. So the last 2 weeks, I guess they've realized it. So they've started making his routes only like out-breaking routes, like corner routes, solid outs, straights, fly routes. And then they changed Travis Hunter to be the in-breaking over the middle guy. And it looks like it's working pretty well. Thomas, he had some insane catches. You would have said he would never have made week 1.
Dude, I think I had him in fantasy, and I was down by 4. You know that play that they would have been like, he had a pass. It was the pass interference they called, where he was in the end zone. And he could have caught it, but it was pass interference, and I was like fully clenched. Just like, oh my god, I might win. I'm undefeated in this league playing against the guy who doesn't have any wins, and of course he beats me because
that's fantasy football for you.
That's how that works. I went 0-4 and 4-0.
If I had to pick a team, I'd pick the Seahawks just because I think Darnold's a little better than Lawrence. But yeah, I think this is gonna be a close one within like a possession game for sure.
Yeah, I guess Seahawks too.
Kind of another weird matchup. Chargers, Dolphins. Dolphins look like dumpster fire, but Chargers haven't been playing well as we discussed.
This could be like a tune-up game for them. You know how like boxers you get like an easy matchup and then you go to your main event.
Because the Dolphins defense is horrid.
This could bring him back.
Panthers showed some stuff on tape in the second half, definitely to like slow down the Dolphins offense. Because if the Panthers can kind of slow you down, like most teams should be able to replicate that in some regard.
Panthers were like half the defense is hurt most of the time.
It's just Derek Brown and J.C. Horn.
I think he even played.
Yeah,
He played?
yeah.
No. I know he was out the week before, but
I didn't know he was out, but yeah, I'm pretty sure he played. So yeah, I think unanimous kind of has the Chargers get right game. Another good matchup, 49ers Buccaneers. Still yet to be seen who's going to play for the 49ers. I think they've already ruled out Pearsall, but Juwan Jennings and Purdy might play. Even if they don't, Mac Jones, like we said, is proven well enough to kind of right the ship while Purdy's gone.
That'll be a crazy dog matchup though. Like locked in Mac Jones and Baker's crazy ass.
It's another one where just because it's the Bucks, I'd say it's got to be a one possession game as well. Just like some of these teams, it's like Groundhog Day. It's like the same game every week.
Yeah, it really is. It literally is every time.
But yeah, so I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Baker game-winning drive that game. Buccaneers take it. Just because the 49ers are a little depleted. You picking up what I'm putting down?
Yeah.
Kind of moving along. And yeah, we got a lot of good matchups this week. Lions Chiefs Sunday Night Football. Finally a decent matchup. Sunday Night Football. I haven't really had one since like week 1. Ravens Bills.
Packers Cowboys.
The matchup itself wasn't like great.
Yeah.
Bad team versus good team. It was just a good game. And then Bills Pats was like a weird matchup, even though the Pats took it. Yeah, Chiefs coming off a loss, there's always a good bet. I think the Chiefs are actually favored in this game.
Really?
I think it's 2.5 right now.
Bet the house on the Lions, dude. Bet the house on the Lions. Simply because they're on a roll. They just look good. And I think the Chiefs, it could be a revenge game, but they don't have enough juice to do that. And I think even if they score in every possession, the Lions, if anything, have the ability to like if the Chiefs play their best, I think the Lions just have more weapons on their offense to keep up.
Yeah, it's like, who do you trust scoring 40? The Chiefs right now or the Lions? You got to say the Lions.
Yeah, that's what so like if one team doesn't score in that game, like on one of their possessions, the other team could probably win.
If the one team doesn't score, the other team could probably win.
Just one time. I'm saying like one possession. If they don't score on one possession.
So you're saying it's gonna be like 45, 43, like crazy
yeah.
ass. I can see
Yeah.
Chiefs D has been better than their offense. But yeah, Lions are just a house on offense. Their line is even playing better. That was like the big question mark is how was their offensive line going to play because their center retired and shit like that. But when you have Amon-Ra, Monty, Gibbs, it's kind of hard to like even care about the O-line because people are getting open, people are running wild. It's even like crazy to J-Mo. He's not had a great year so far. But it's like even he's a good player though. He can any given moment get a 60-yard touchdown for you.
Once they start locking, like okay, so like the game plan is like locked out of modern. It's like you got a guy who's gonna run an 80-yard touchdown straight out, just
kind of like the Packers back in the day. Greg Jennings and Jordy Nelson. If you're locking down Jordy, Greg Jennings gonna fly down the field. Throwback. So yeah, it's hard for me to say. Hard for me to say the Chiefs are going to win, but they're at home. That could play into it. Arrowhead is like the loudest field in the NFL. I think tied with like Seattle. But yeah, it's a weird line. It seems like bait. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, it does.
And then kind of wrapping it up, another Monday night doubleheader. I think third of the year so far. Interesting how they keep doing that. I mean, I'll take it, I guess.
I gotta see the stats on what the viewership is like for the second game.
Yeah, it can't be great.
Who the hell's watching the second game? There's a whole game happening during the second game.
This week, though, it's better than what we had before in Bengals, Broncos, Jets, Dolphins. We have Commanders, Bears. So Caleb versus Jaden, kind of the same draft class, kind of bragging rights game. And then Bills and Falcons. Kind of a lesser matchup, but Falcons got some fun players to watch, so do the Bills, so who knows what could happen in that one. Just starting with Commanders, Bears. Bears coming off a bye week. Commanders getting their QB back, though. Does that do you see an edge for any team there? I guess because you don't. If you were the Bears during the bye, I guess you weren't really sure who you were going to go against, but you got to watch pretty much the whole game because you're on bye.
I would say I think Washington has the edge, like you said. Bye week, yes, you practice, but it's still you're not playing. They didn't have any crazy changes. If anything, they might have cooled off. The Washington though, having your guy come back, play a full game, and you're now going into this matchup,
Kind of hit your stride.
Yeah, so you know, as the Washington has a better situation in terms of like, I guess their game plan, I think, versus even though the Bears were on a bye, more preparation time, it's still not a game.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, I do think we'll see some probably crazy trick plays from the Bears
Keep going.
because of Ben Johnson. He was known to do that in Detroit, flea flickers, doing crazy end arounds, what have you. But the Commanders roster as a whole is just a little bit better than the Bears, I think.
Whatever happened to what's his name? DJ Moore.
He's still there. He's just
Walking a lot.
Ben Johnson kind of used Rome Odunze and then the rookie Luther Burden. Those are kind of his guys. Burden's like the speed guy, end around, and then Rome's kind of like his Amon Ra, like doing crazy routes and shit. And then DJ Moore is kind of like the guy left out.
Just trading him back. That would have been nice for the Panthers.
I feel like they probably will end up trading him. I feel like if they lose this game and then let's say like the next game, they're kind of like, although you're not like tanking, but you just got to get some assets back. I think that's when you could see a DJ Moore trade. It'd be crazy. Commanders, they could use a guy like DJ Moore because Terry is kind of, I don't know if
he's not playing this week.
They've already said that? Yeah, so that's his third game in a row. Well, I think third game in a row. Well, maybe he got hurt in the first one, but Debo's been playing awesome, but he's kind of older. You can't expect him to, kind of the same with McCaffrey. It's like when you feed these old guys like that, it's like you're kind of just crossing your fingers, like please don't get
a hard hit. Don't fall weird.
because Debo, like his last year with the Niners, everyone thought he was washed.
I don't know.
But he's kind of just showing out this year.
Yeah, he looks good.
He's just kind of like
he's so fat. It's like no, he's built weird.
It's kind of like James Harden. It's like
he's
fat James Harden to get traded, and then he like loses 20 pounds.
Yeah, he literally is James Harden. It's like the same like what you were saying. That's funny. Crazy.
Yeah, so I think kind of unanimous there. But then Bills, Falcons. Bills lost this past week. Falcons were on a bye. But as a Bills fan, it was kind of a weird game. First, Pats turning the ball over just like stupidly. They were doing jet sweep with the tight end, fumble, and stupid picks. I don't want to say, because last week I said I wasn't worried about the Pats and they lost, you said you weren't worried about the Cowboys and it was a tie. So I'm not going to say we're not worried, but I do think we'll get a decent bounce back effort. Josh Allen off a loss, and McDermott off a loss, they usually kind of tighten up.
Yeah, I can definitely see them bouncing back. Yeah, especially
Atlanta's defense isn't great, but they have pieces on offense.
Yeah.
It's just about pressuring Phoenix.
Let's say this: if Kyle Pitts gets like 4 catches in the first quarter, the game's over. But besides that, I don't.
Yeah, if you're getting routed up by Phoenix and Pitts, it's probably going to be a long day. I guess it's time to go into hot take territory. Who did the Packers play this week? I guess we missed over that game.
I don't know how. I don't know. I did not even check. Dang, might have to cut this out.
My phone died. Oh, you don't have your phone.
My phone died.
Let me see if actually it's about to die.
Why do I not know that?
It died.
Huh?
It died.
It's okay, we can skip that one.
Because they were on a bye last week.
Why is my brain's not working?
Who haven't we talked about? Might have to cut this and be right back.
It's the Bengals.
Oh yeah, they play the Bengals.
I did know that. Just my brain stopped working.
Yeah, sorry if I mic crackled there when I put the mic down. We have Romeo Doubs in attendance with us as well today.
That's right.
Shout out Romeo Doubs, 3 touchdowns 2 weeks ago. hot take territory. We can go Romeo Dobbs anytime, just because he's here with us.
He last year, I think he went on like a 3-game streak of scoring. Towards the end of the season, when he caught a stride, he got a touchdown every game.
The Bengals defense sucks ass, as we saw versus the Lions. Lions destroyed them. I think it should be similar to speak to the
Are
Packers.
they the ones that picked up C.J. Gardner-Johnson? Somebody did.
I don't know he's picked up yet.
Somebody picked him up.
I thought the Bills should at least make a phone call, but
No.
another hot take. I'm gonna go. Oh, I already did Philly D.
Falling apart.
Yeah. Trying to look for a good upset. I know we said Commanders, but I'm a Bears fantasy investor. I got Caleb and Rome. I'm gonna go. They get a 2-touchdown connection that game, whether it be throughout the game, garbage time, Rome 2 touchdowns from Caleb Williams there.
Yeah, it's a decent pick. I'm gonna go 2 Amon-Ra touchdowns and 2 Gibbs touchdowns in the same parlay. So go crazy. It's probably like plus 10,000.
First the Chiefs. That's gonna be a crazy one for sure. I know last week your Geno anytime unfortunately did not cash,
No.
but there's always next week if you want to double down.
Yeah, get 2 touchdowns for 2 guys. that's
Don't forget though, for tonight, we're gonna get this out early enough so you'll be able to get in your bets. I got AJ Brown and the super spicy Philly D pick, and you had.
I think it was Jackson Dart rushing yards
Yeah.
and the Hyatt over 15 receiving yards.
Boo. I have a parlay. We're disagreeing on that one, shockingly. He has Hyatt over. I have Hyatt under.
It's like you said, it's 1 catch. And if it's more than 1 catch, good. Then
There's
the
a
probably
guarantee,
said
yeah.
it's gonna be. But
But thanks for listening today, guys. Hopefully we had some hot takes for you.
hopefully we can get this out in time.
Unless you agree,
If not,
we will.
we will. We're gonna stay here until it uploads.
On Wednesday.
All right.
We'll see you guys next week.